Yeah, all right. So we're on the continuous marathon of 4-chord wonder songs and pop and stuff. Welcome, one and all, to PapastachePop, where we concentrate on the world of pop. If you have a song request, go ahead and click that link below. So we've learned 4 chords. We can do light pop. We can do the ooh kind of pop. We can do rock pop. We can do any kind of pop with 4 chords, and usually they're open easy chords with the help of our friend the capo. So this song is easy as well. Let's zoom in for a closer look. All right, so that's basically our verse, right? So what we're going to do is an E minor chord, fingers 1 and 2, and we're going to think of the count as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So fingers 1 and 2 on the A and the D, 2nd fret, capo on the 1st fret, by the way, and I'm just going to refer to these chords in the frets 1, 2, 3, 4, and the chords as they would be in an open position. So E minor. From there, we're going to go to G. Now, keep this finger here and just move that guy, right? Nice, easy switch, or that girl, if you're a girl. And 3rd fret, 2nd finger. Then our ring and pinky are going to go in the 3rd fret of the B and the E. From there, we're going to go to a D chord. Now, we can keep, now if you noticed, we can keep our ring finger and then just move our 1st and 2nd fingers to the 2nd fret of the D, or excuse me, the G and the E. I do that all the time. I don't know why, I just get confused. All those strings confusing me. All right, so from there we're gonna go to a C chord. Now you gotta take your fingers off for this one. 3rd fret A, 2nd fret D, 1st fret B, you have the G and E open. There, I got through a chord without making a mistake. All right. And that is the verse progression. Now remember, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So what I do is, to simulate what the piano would be doing, I'm going to hit on the 1, or whatever numerical value it is. I'm going to do a strum, and on the ands, I'm going to hit the root note of the chord. So it'd be like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and G. 2 and 3 and 4 and D and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? C. C. All right, so that is the verse. That's the word I'm looking for. It's getting late, folks. It's the verse progression. I believe that goes through 4 times if I'm not mistaken, right? So we got... Now there is a pre-chorus, and what we're going to do is it stays on that C chord. Okay, so I lied. There's 5 chords in this song. After further review, I was listening to it and I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't right. And it's a 5-chord song. So we're getting further in our progression of pop mastery. And here we go. So as I said before, we're coming out of the verse with the C chord. We're going to stay on that C chord for another count of 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now we're going to do a B minor chord. So 2nd fret A to E, then 3rd fret B, 4th fret D, G. 4 count, back to C, and into D. So here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and B and 2 and 3 and 4 and C and 3 and 4 and D and 2 and 3 and 4 and into the chorus. Now the chorus, you'll recognize this. do that 3 times. Now, if you're playing by yourself, you could open that chord up, you know, that progression up a little bit. This is where they start talking about, you know, at first you met and you're making out and it's awesome and the world is rosy, and then you break up and it's like, now I gotta write the cheesy lines to get you back, like the poems and all that stuff. Wait a second. We went from mac to cheese. It's nice. The old mac and cheese. All right, here we go. That's the recipe for pop greatness. You heard it here first. Mac and cheese. That's my term. All right, here we go. Baby, ooh. And that's basically the tune in a nutshell, right? 5 chords. It's easy. So review those parts. You know, listen for it. You'll hear the progression, the changes, blah, blah, blah. Enjoy it. All right, I lied. You're not done. And there's one more chord. Ha-ha! 6 chords. Here we go. So, anyways, we're talking about being way back in the day. I don't know what you'd call this. Maybe a transitional bridge or something. So we got all right, so what we did is we just the same thing. E minor, G, D, B7. Now what we're going to do there is you bar the 2nd fret like we did that B minor chord, right? But we're going to put our pinky on the B string and we're going to take off our 2nd finger. And that is it. All right. All right, another song in the bag. It's what we like around here. Now this is the more R&B pop, but it just goes to show you all the chords and progressions are the same. So it doesn't matter what kinds of chords or progression it is. It'll work. Just throw some cheesy goodness and pop lyrics over the top, and it'll be you on TV with the big hits. So, as always, thanks for watching. Catch you next time.